Good day, good morning. Welcome to our live training session. Father, thank you for today. Thank you so much for your goodness, your kindness, and your grace and your mercy. Thank you so much for all of your provisions. We thank you so much for all of your blessings and all the good things that you do for us. I pray that you would grant me wisdom and discernment as we execute trades in the market. Amen. All right. It's Wednesday. We got ADP non-farm employment in 10 minutes. And we got this recent this news, an unforecasted news item, assuming Iran agrees to give what has been agreed to, epic fury will be at an end, and the blockade will allow the strait to be open to all. So I guess maybe we've got some volatility back in the market. So the overnight trade took a hit, 2% loss. And I guess we're into an uptrend now. Last night on the yen, had a massive rundown. And I thought it was kind of over and that if anything we'd have more of a retrace, but for the dollar, and it looks like it's not correlated between the dollar yen and the euro dollar, so that's probably partly why that overnight trade took a loss. Well, there's the 2% hit last night. just closing out just at these, just over these highs. Come on. Right in here, just over these highs, just blow through. And we're into a new trend now, so I guess we know which direction to go. So, well, we'll go long. I don't really need to say too much else. Starting out at 9,758 today. Hey Larry, good morning. How you doing? Well, this is day 3 of the overnight trade setups. That was a loss last night. Took a 2% loss. Market went on quite the adventure. So there's profits for the first setup, first layer. Doing okay? Man, it is so annoying that trade took a hit last night. I was awake when that dollar yen tanked. Did you see the dollar yen? What happened to it? You know, I did not feel confident in putting that overnight trade on, and I just should not have. Oh, hey Larry, I am totally with you. I'm so with you. And I was chatting with Kim last night too, and she's just the same. Not happy at all. Gonna get into another long position in here. We're gonna just keep trading through this. I'm so annoyed. I'm so frustrated with a few things right now, but I'm just gonna follow my rules here. So just all emotions aside, just do what we do. And hopefully there's some good volatility today, and we'll make some profits back into this account. And hopefully for whatever state your accounts are in. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't, I mean, I only saw it. I think I've popped in once or twice, but I think that you're right. There's more value there, and yeah. I don't want to say too much on the negative side, but it's definitely quite a letdown at the moment. Yesterday I couldn't believe the email that I got, to be honest with you. I was like, what is actually going on right now? Okay, we're gonna get into the second part of this first entry, right on this bottom pivot right in here, being a total of 10 trades. Right in there. That's what I'm seeing as the pocket on that spot. And if this market just goes straight down and hits those take profits, I might just quit trading. Just kidding. I'm a glutton for punishment. Oh yeah. Well, appreciate your openness for sure, but I'm right with you. Right with you. We're longtime participants of that group, so it's definitely, it just feels like a gut punch. And you know what? I'm gonna see if I can share my screen, and we'll pull up GUI Pro. Oh man, I just don't like that platform. Okay, we got off a nice chunk of that first layer, so if it pops down, we'll get into that. Get into another, yeah, right in here. We'll get into another 5, 6 trades right there as that pops down. This is a perfect little spot there. And there's some more profits. I want to get into a long on the GUI Pro. Like, I guess I'm going to trade it, but I'm not enthused about it, that's for sure. Okay, we're got good volatility in here. I'm going to focus on this account right now. I need to rejuvenate this thing. Okay, this is great volatility. Just hit a third layer in like less than 2 minutes. So let's just maximize on every little bit of this. Capitalize on it. As this pops down, get into another few more trades. Oh man, I hope that this just keeps moving and moving and moving today. I need it to. Okay, one more for that layer. So that's a total of 10 micro lots, 1 mini lot. So that's the first layer of this entry, and then as it drops down, we'll get into another 10 at the next level, which may be, let's have a look. I mean, the trend is going to be, that trend line I put in is going to be a good spot. Yep, that trend's going to be a really good spot. I'm just wondering if we got another, I think we got another layer here in between. And we're taking profit again. Nice. Come on, keep taking profit. Okay, there's another layer right in there. So we'll go in a total of 10 in there, and then we'll get into 10 here, then we'll get into 20 here, then we'll get into 40, 80, 160 down here. So these upper layers may be a little bit more tight fit together, but I'm okay with that because of how much the price cycle has extended it down. That's just fine with me if we're a little bit tight on those first few layers. This price cycle is run down 45 pips now. And I'm going to get into a long on that GUI Pro. GUI Pro. What the heck? I'm going to not use any take profits on GUI Pro. And I'm going to use 35 pip stop losses. We're going to slowly buy in. Man, this platform is just, it's so annoying. All right. Okay. Gonna start fading into a few buys in here on GUI Pro. And I'm gonna go back over. All right. So I just placed a few buys on GUI Pro. I just don't have it set up to stream at the moment, but I can maybe get that thing set up. And we can like kind of look it over, I guess. I don't know. I'm actually like not liking it at all. So if I'm gonna set up an account with the API, or I mean TOTS, all I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna connect it with my Traders Connect. Essentially, it will be just an account running in the background, and I won't even really be trading it because I don't really want to use the platforms that they got. All right, there's profits on that layer. That's good. I'm okay with that loss if we get a ton of volatility today. I'm just gonna be kind of bummed out if this market goes dead on us. It shouldn't go dead. There's a lot of stuff going on now. All right, took profits on all those. I'm gonna start fading the end of the buys. I'm gonna get rid of these trade history. Get rid of that. We're gonna play both sides because this is a big run down now also. So should see volatility and be able to play both sides.
What time was your first news item for?
Okay, start going back into the buys again. Okay, there's the first half, so we'll get into another 5 down here. Okay, as that thing fades down, we're going to fade into another layer of 5 microlots down here as it pushes down. And we've got the news in about 6 minutes. It's only saying it's an orange folder at the moment. All right, we got profits on that layer. That's good. If this runs up a little bit more, actually, let's just start fading into some shorts too. Let's just play both sides. Oh yeah, you know, Larry, the platform is not good. It's not a good platform. So, like, Kim and I were both struggling to get the thing to work. It's just not a good platform. I don't know what the heck they're doing with that gooey stuff. It's not a good it's not a good platform. So I can, when I get a minute, I'll try and sync the that platform over onto the stream so that we can look at it on here. And I'll just show you what I've figured out. But like, it's not good. It amalgamates your position too. So if you're a multiple position type person, it just joins it all together. And then you have like So say you start entering into like 5, 6, 10 trades, it all just becomes one position and you can't close it individually if you're entering all in the same direction. So it's kind of a pain to use for my style of trading. Also, I'm going to Aston today. Okay. All right. Yeah, at this point, Todd he'll know better than I will, because I'm just trying to figure it out too. So at the moment, I gotta just focus on this volatility right now. Just work on this, and once we get like a little bit of breathing room, then I'll bring over the other account. But at the moment, this market's moving pretty good. Yeah, that's platform's not good. Okay. Another short here. We're 2.5 minutes or so to the news. All right, 1 minute to. Oh no, that was ADP non-farm that was 15 minutes ago. Sorry, I'm messing up the news. So we don't actually have news in 1 minute. Yeah, he may not. Yeah, I'm not sure how much he knows it or not. Yeah, I'll just do what I can here. This is the trading will be the priority, but once we get a bit of breathing room, I'll just start moving that other platform over. But like I don't even like the platform, so like I don't even want to trade it. All right, so we'll get into the 5th trade on this short. So that's the end of this first layer. All right, so we'll get into a second. That second layer we'll get into right around in here. We'll get into that. Start fading into that second short layer. Then we'll get another layer in here. There's the 17900 mark is right up there. If we were to just shoot right up, that would probably be the end of the line for me. Hopefully it doesn't just shoot straight up. I kind of want it to go up, but get a little bit of volatility in here first. Okay, hey Vin, good morning. Hey Vin, is this, man, you're having trouble with my audio too. Or I mean, again, Vin, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do for you. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's good to have you. Hope you're doing well. I was just sharing I've started setting up an overnight trade setup, and it's essentially just using the exact same system that I trade with during the day, except just setting it up and setting it and forgetting it for the nighttime. And we had Monday night was a win, Tuesday night was a win, last night was a loss. So I took a 2% hit again last night. Your first day in the green. Well, good stuff. I mean, I'm glad you're in the green. I'm taking a beating here in my account. This new account is, so on Friday I took a 2% loss on the euro dollar short. It just ran straight down, so I took a 2% loss on Friday. And then I just took another 2% loss last night. So I'm not in good shape with my account at the moment. I didn't do anything wrong on Friday. I followed my system well. I followed my system yesterday and followed it well last night. It just took hits. It's kind of like, my timing is not so good. If I'm to talk right into the mic, Vin, does that help a bunch? Or is it not much of a help? Okay, I'm going to take some of those profits and just take that loss on those couple and then start fading back into the longs. As this pushes down. Started out this morning at 9,758. So we're up a couple bucks. now listening on your phone, but not good on the computer. Man, I wonder, like, do you think maybe your computer is a bit of an issue? Like, is it clear on your phone? Hey, Larry, does it make a difference to you whether I'm speaking right into the mic or whether I've just got it down here? Like, is there a large difference in the audio when I do that? Okay, we're gonna get into a couple more longs right in here. So that's the end of that layer. Then we'll get into another 5 as it goes down here. Guess I didn't need to get out of those shorts so soon. Hey Vin, is the sound good on your phone? And does it make a large difference if I've got the mic right in front of my mouth? All right, as that thing drops, we'll get ready to get into that second layer. Come on, market, don't die off now. Okay, just starting to move into those profit targets. So a nice active start to the session. This is a good start. Really ticked off of last night, but this is a good start. All right, we just bumped into that target as well. So I'm going to start fading into some shorts again, only if this pops up a little bit more. I want to make sure my positioning on the short side is just a little bit more extended. Like I just want to be a little bit more picky about getting the short side locations. That's all. I'm okay to go on that side, but I'm a little bit biased to the buys a little. I still feel like we can make money on both sides, and I don't really care where it's going. So should be able to make money on both sides, but because I've got a little bit of a buying bias, we'll start fading into some longs that I just want to be a little bit more picky on if I'm trading the short side. That's all. Just a little bit more picky. Okay, get into another one here. And then that's number 4, so we'll get into a 5th one right as it pushes down again. Okay, I just got into trying to anticipate a little bit more of a pop, but popped down, but it didn't quite. So I got my 5th trade into this layer, so that's the end of that layer. We'll get into the next layer as it pops down onto this red line. you'll notice I'm breaking this first layer, like on my rules it says that I get into one lot, then two lots, then four, but I'm just breaking this first section down into a little. I feel like it just helps me to find the pivot points, the apexes and the naders in the market a little better if I just kind of enter in more slowly and break apart that first mini lot of 10, breaking it into so like my first layer being like maybe just a couple trades rather than the full 5 all at once. Just kind of like fading slowly into that first 5 and then fading slowly into that second 5 to create a big first position that's really in 2 positions, if that makes any sense. I'm breaking the first position into 2 lighter positions. That's a better way to say it. All right, we're just kind of stuck in the middle of this range at the moment. We've got our pivot low down here and pivot high up here for the moment, and we're just stuck in the middle. All right, just starting to pop up into the profit targets on this layer. There we go. Okay, so we got a couple trades hanging there on our first layer, so we'll break this first 5 trades into, we'll probably get like another three down at this low. This is kind of what I mean about breaking it up. Kind of tempted to put like 3 or 4 lots here, but that would be revenge trading. Okay, I'm slowly pushing down. I really don't want to add my other 3 until we get pushed down into these lows. I want it to get a little bit lower. Okay, getting finger on the trigger. Here's one. Looks like we got a pretty good location on that first trade there. Or sorry, on trade number 3. Didn't get to put my 3 trades on where I wanted to. It just didn't quite pop down enough, but that's okay. Just taking that first target on that bottom trade. That's good. And moving up into those, the initial trades. Okay, we'll get ready to fade into a couple more as it pushes down. All right, I'm gonna get into 1, 2, 3. Right as that pushes down. Okay, that's a good spot right there. So we got 2 up here, we got 3 down here, so we're gonna get into 5 down here. And that'll be really good sizing. Like perfect sizing. We're gonna get a pop down, or we're gonna just pop straight back up. Okay, getting ready to add the next layer of buys as it pushes down. Okay, as it pushes down, just waiting for it to sink a little lower. The speed is slowing down a little bit. The movement back in here was great. I could do that all day. That was super nice. And like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 minutes of that really high volatility. Okay, it didn't quite get into a trade. If it tries to push down a bit more, I'll start getting into that 5. Okay, I'm gonna try here, slowly getting in. That target's just, it's almost there. It's almost in a good spot. We'll just let it go a little bit lower. And we'll get into another 4. Just waiting for it to push. I want to get in sync with the push down. Okay, let's try that for a second trade. And we've got 3 more trades to fit in here. 3 more trades. And that'll put us at a total of 10 micro lots, or a total of 1 mini lot being the first position in the system. Okay, 2 more trades. As it pushes down, we've got 2 more trades to put in here. Really slowing our momentum heading down. So I feel like the next move is going to be on up leg. Oh, I just noticed that we, okay, so we just took a little profit there. We're at the 1.175 zone as we ride into this red line. We're at a halfway point in the numbers. 1.175. So it is a pretty good spot for it to have a turn. It doesn't have to, that's for sure, but it's a good spot. All right, just took another profit there. See if we get some follow through. Okay, we got another close higher on the start of this bull leg. It's another bull candle closed strong to the upside. And taking a little bit more profit there. Nice. Now we just got two last little trades on. And we can just let them sit. Like we can take one or two of them off and we're at a net win. Or just let them sit and see if we can get profits on them. I'm fine because if it drops down, we'll just wobble out of it if we have to. So we can just let the market do its thing here. We'll get ready. If it pops down, we're going to pop into some more trades. Okay, we're going to get into some buys here. 2, 3, 4. As it pushes right down into that low, I'll get into a total of 10. So I'm building right now as it's pushing down. There we go. So that's a total of my first position. $9.05. Just turned over to the new hour 5 minutes ago. That's a newsy kind of push. It's like a newsy kind of movement there. Not seeing anything as a surprise event at the moment. Got a pretty good wick, like a pin bar on that candle. So that's kind of a good sign for these buys. And it looks like we're going to break lower. It doesn't seem like that was any surprise news coming in. So we'll just wait for a push lower and we'll get into our next layer down in here, which starts to put us right on that trend line also. So it should be a good spot to buy. Should be some good buying opportunities in here. Just have to wait for it. Okay, so I'm going to start building into a layer of 10 in here. 4, 5. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that layer is done. And we just took a bunch of profits on that little push back up. So I'm going to take a loss, one off the top, and we're going to get ready to get back in to another 10. 1, 2, 3, and just taking some profit there. Just need to go add another buy on my other thing. All right, so that was a good trade. We're going to take off that last top position. We'll take a loss on that. And that will just mitigate the risk nicely. And then we'll just let this thing do what it wants to do. I'm going to just drag one of these up to the top here. Just split the stack up just a little in case it wants to run all the way back up. We'll make just a tiny bit more if it wants to keep running up, that is. Just like that. So let's just pull up the 5-minute chart just for a sec. And you can see we're getting like a really nice reversal in here. These candles. So we'll see how this bar closes on the 5-minute, but that's just cruising through our profit targets. So that's good. And part of this upper stack, we're going to earn a couple more cents on each of those trades. So this should be making about 20 cents each. Oh, we got some good, oh, kind of a smaller trade here. We've got some decent slippage in favor on that bottom layer we had in there. That one did pretty good. But we should see, I think, a little bit, maybe more like a couple trades around 30 cents. If we can hit that high up there, if we can get up to that high, we should be a couple trades at 20 cents and then maybe a couple of them at 30 cents or so. See if we can watch them as they come in. I'll just leave the history here. I'm showing you the history, and we'll see as they come in how much profit they make. We do have a little bit of trend in here that we're going to have to kind of fight through. There we go. Oh, so there's a 16-cent one. That was lower, a smaller trade. I guess it just didn't position itself as well when I entered in. Some of those trades were scattered while the market was moving pretty quickly, so there may have been like not the greatest fill on that one. There we go. So, oh, there's another one at 21 cents. Okay, we're right on that little trend line right there. So we'll see if we can push through. Let's just see if we can squeeze some more juice out of this one. So what I'm going to do this, we're going to just put this little stop loss in here, right behind that candle. So that's the stop loss on this trade. So if it comes back down there, it will stop out for a small trade, a win. But now if it keeps pushing through, we've got the opportunity to make a little bit more money on it. Just this one little trade. And we'll just take profit off, and we'll trail this up behind these candles. Okay, bring this up just a little. Try and give it enough breathing room to pop up if it wants to. It kind of looks like we're going to get a turn and head back down, but I mean, it's right on that trend line, so. If it's going to turn down, we want to get out of it. There we go. And what did we get on that? So we got 18 cents on that. Oh, we got 41 cents on that trade. It just hadn't refreshed. See, I knew there should have been one or two that had a higher sizing. So that's good. Good trade set in there. Good profits. We're up almost $10 since we started. As this pushes down, we'll just start getting back into another buy layer. Right in here. Just need it to go a little bit lower. We want those targets to be under that recent high. Two, right there. Three. Four. Five. Okay, so now that's good for that stack. And then we'll wait for it to pop down here. We'll get into another 5, and then we'll get into 10 down here. And just keep repeating this process. And I'm going to repeat it a lot. If this volatility stays here, we'll just keep going with it. If the volatility is there, I want to trade it. Because it has been a dead, like, weeks. We haven't had good volatility in weeks. David. Hey man, good to have you. Thank you for joining in. Hope you're doing well. So last night's trade setup took a 2% loss, unfortunately. That was a bummer to come into this morning, but on the positive note, we've got some volatility today. So day 3 of the overnight setups was a loss. So we got Monday and Tuesday as small wins. Wednesday's a loss. Or Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday night. So we're going to do tonight and tomorrow night again, and we'll see if the overnight trading can come back for us. Hey Vin, did you notice if it helps with the volume if I'm like speaking right into the mic? Did it help you at all? Okay, you're gonna fade into some more buys right in here as it pushes down. Just as it pushes down, I'm actually gonna drop this line just a little because I want to get a little bit more in this kind of this crotch. I call this thing the crotch of the trade. Did you have a look at that dollar yen, David? I was awake for when it just tanked. I think maybe last night maybe should have been one of those nights where I just didn't put the overnight trade setup on. But I don't know. It looked pretty good. I thought about it a whole bunch. You're just going to win some and lose some. Okay, if we can get a little bit more of a push down, we'll get into that. Okay, I'm going to fade in 3. Two more trades into this layer. 4. One more push down and one more trade. All right. Did you capture any of that move, David? Any of that? Well, really, any of the volatility since the London session. It's been some good opportunities since the London session. All right, one more trade in this layer. So that's it for that. So now we're into a total of one mini lot. And then as it pushes down back into this trend and this support down here, we're going to get into another mini lot. That's 10 micro lots in here. Just cleaning up the charts and getting ready for the day. Haven't made it to the yen chart yet. Yeah, you'll be surprised when you see it. It tanked, like it moved 60 pips in 1 minute, but then it fell like over 200 pips in just a matter of a few more minutes. It was a wild one. That really was when I should have been in bed. But I was just stuck in some trades and it just couldn't get out of them. And then that's why I ended up in a short position. Well, I mean, yeah, I was short, but like I kind of just still liked the short position on the euro dollar. But it did not work out in favor. Okay, I'm just tagging a couple profits there. Oh, just one. So if it pushes back down, we'll get into one more. Okay, one more little push down. We'll get into that one more little position. Right there. Okay, so that's the bottom, or that's the end of those, that layer. And then we're going to get into 10 down here. And then if we can get profits on that, we'll have to start lightening up on that top layer. No, sir. Work at 1 p.m. CST till midnight, so I didn't get to see anything from other sessions yet. Okay. 1 p.m. till midnight. Okay. So I guess you call that the afternoon shift? If you don't mind saying, what is it that you do during that time? But all good if you don't want to talk about that here. Also, hey, David, does my mic seem okay? Is my audio a little low or is it a little funny at all? Second shift. Okay. Oh, machine operator. Metal, or what type of stuff are you doing? Okay, so when the sound is there, it seems fine, but it was cutting out a little. I'm just feeling bad for Vin because his audio is not coming through that well on his end, it seems. Jeez. Oh, okay. Yeah, just a few seconds. All right. Well, I wish I could do something better to help Vin out. But I think that the sound might be on his end. But he seems to always have trouble with my audio anyway. But then he'll say that the videos seem to be good, like other YouTube videos seem to be good. So it's just a bit of a weird situation. And I don't think there's anything else I can do. Like I'm like maxed on my end. Like I'm just before peaking on my end. So all right, as this moves down, we get ready to fade into 10 more micro lots. One, two, I really want those targets to come in below these bodies. So I want to get those to push lower. And this is the stock market open right here also. So we should have some new participants coming in. Just waiting for the push down a little further to get into these other 8 micro lots. Okay, there's number 3. Not quite where I want to get those targets in. Yeah, you can see the energy coming back in on this candle. It's moving quite a bit. That's good. I've got my finger on the trigger for if it pushes down a bit further. Gonna get into 7 more if it pushes down. And we moved up instead, took some profit there. Gonna peel out a 1 trade off the top layer just to mitigate the risk a little. In case it pushes back down, it'll give me 1 more trade to put back into that bottom layer. Otherwise, we can just let it sit and see if it moves up. So do you work for a certain brand of cheese then? Is it something we'd be familiar with? Right, we got a pretty good confirmed 3-bar reversal on the 1-minute chart, so it's a pretty good sign for the up leg, which would kind of start that double bottom as well. Kind of getting a double bottom right in here, and it is right on a pretty good trend support also, so it's a really good spot for it to turn. So let's just let it play out here and see if we can grab some more profit. Okay, and we're also starting to bump into this little mini trend also. Can we push through? This is the time of day when we should be able to easily push through there with the new people coming into the market. So just let that sit. We got another strong close to the upside on that bar. And that double bottom coming in. I'm gonna just take the take profit off that one little trade right there. And then if I get the opportunity, I'm gonna let that one ride just for a little bit more. See if we can stretch that one little trade out a little bit. Not a greed move, just a very small position to see if we can get a little bit more out of it on a pretty good setup. Seems like we've got a pretty good double bottom coming into a bouncing on a trend line, which is a pretty good setup. And if it goes back down, we'll just enter into some more trades and we'll work out of the buys. If it drops down a bunch, we'll just wobble out of it. Pretty strong push coming in favor at the moment. And another strong bar close to the upside. So now I'm just going to take a little stop loss on that last little trade. And I'm going to just move that to break even. So if it pops down, it's just a break even trade, but if it continues up, then it can make a little bit more. And are we going to get this double bottom? Okay, it tapped out that little trade for break even. That's fine. So we'll fade into some more buys as it pushes back down. And then do it again. Maybe we'll get a third attempt down here. Possibly a third try. If it comes down. We started this session out at 9,758, so we're up about $10 since we started. Just decent. It's a decent little amount. Start coming back from that 2% dent from last night. I'm still hopeful that the next 2 nights, maybe we'll see some better gains, especially if we're picking a bit of a new direction today. So we'll see how the daily candle closes and see if we've got a lot of bullish pressure or dollar weakness. Kind of seems like that dollar's struggling and we might see some dollar weakness, but I don't know. Just watch and see. Is the chart stuck? What's going on? Because I can't tell if I'm frozen or if the chart got stuck. Seems like the internet's fine. Okay, there it is. It's moving back again. I think the chart did get stuck there a little bit. Yeah, man, David, that would have been a killer move to hang on to ride that. That would have been. A dollar yen, man, that thing tanked. I haven't seen a move like that in a while. Like, I mean, that first 60 pips was like in less than a minute. That's a wild move. Yeah, it would have been nice to have been on the right side of that move. And it seemed like some of the news was saying that there doesn't seem to be a clear driver as to what really got that going, at least from when I last checked. You know, just refresh Forex Factory and see if there's anything new. Bank holiday. Who's on the holiday? Is that the yen? Or oh, yen. Yeah, bank holiday on the yen. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, we'll start fading back into a layer of 5 here. 3. Seems like there's a pretty good chance we're going to try a third time on that trend line. 1, 2, 3, maybe. Almost grabbed a couple targets there, didn't quite get them. So we're going to get into another couple trades as it pushes down onto the red line here. And then we'll get back into 10 down here on this red line. I wasn't saying anything for a little bit. I don't know if that was the audio cut. Can you hear me now? Stop rambling there for a minute. Okay, just starting to bump into those targets again. And there we go. Got that trade layer off for some more profit. Yeah, you can hear me again. Okay, yeah. Get ready to enter back into the same position if it pops down again. Just do the same thing. Kind of thinking I'd like to see that third test down there and see if we get kind of like a triple bottom. Giving me a little bit more confidence that a buy leg might come in to this market. Kind of just stuck in the middle here for the past few minutes. Just stuck. It's wedging actually. Should pop out of this wedge. Right in here. This little mini wedge. actually, we've got to bust through this mini trend line all the way from back here. Let's just readjust that and put that here. And then we could take that all the way over to here. Like that. Okay, I'm going to start fading back into this layer too. Oh, it only gave me a second there to get in those. See if it happens again. Three, four, five. Okay, and then as it pops down, I'm going to get into 10 on that line. Okay, maybe we're getting that third opportunity here. Third try. Doesn't need to turn into a triple bottom, but it is kind of a good spot in the bigger picture. Be a good spot for a triple bottom to show up. You get into one last little trade right here on that first layer. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 micro lots up there, and then I think 5 or 6 down here. Then we're going to get into 10 down here. Still pretty good positioning. Good location on these trades. Just in a couple bars of consolidation. Don't really have a clear turn to head up yet with these few bars. It tried to make the turn with that candle and it got rejected, and now just this bar is kind of closing right back up. So, and there we go, pushing through and grabbing some more profits. And take one trade off the top just to mitigate that risk. All right, so it's kind of didn't really get like a clean triple bottom just yet, but we're getting an up leg starting, it seems. I'm going to stretch one of these targets out in case it does decide it wants to run. It's maybe getting a little bit greedy. Maybe just pull it down, something like that. All right, if it pops back down, just load back into that same layer of 5. Seems like we're getting some better volatility showing up again. Okay, market's turning back down right now. But I took one loss off the top, so we've only got 3 trades sitting up at the top, so we can get into like 1 or 2 extra down below. If we want, or we can save maybe an extra trade or 2 for all the way down on this spot. Can start scattering into one trade in here. See what happens there, right here. 2, 3, 4. Right as I was pushing down, I was just adding into that. Okay, 5. Let's go one more right here. Then we'll save the rest for down on this line. Top of the hour coming in just 2 minutes. Oh, and then do we have some news also? IV PMI on the CAD. David, do you trade the CAD at all? From my country? The currency of my country. Okay, 1 minute to that CAD news. Not expecting too much to happen on the euro dollar. Okay. We're on the new hour. That CAD news pending. CAD's positive. It's pretty positive. Not doing much for the euro dollar. Used to trade it. Now just collect CAD. Like just for fun, or like you're making some Canadian dollars in some business, or okay. Did we grab a couple trades there? Oh, I think we grabbed a couple profits. Let me just pull up the trade history for a sec. Oh yeah, we took out a couple profits on that tiny wick. That's good. So if it pops down, we can get into a couple more trades. Today, at the moment, is turning out to be like one of the reasons I don't trade for the expansions or the legs, the bigger legs in the market, because the way I view the market is that we get contraction or consolidation more than we get expansions. And so at the moment, we're doing really well capitalizing on the consolidation. Oh, your wife brings you any physical foreign currencies. Nice. That's cool. I used to collect some coins from other places. Actually, I've still got that collection. Okay, if we get a little bit more of a push down, I can get into a little bit more in some trades in here. Okay, so I got into a couple more. Well, that's the end of that layer. If it pops down, we get into 10 down here. Although the shape of the market, something that I'm looking at right now is that we've got, and just pull up the 5-minute chart for a second. No, it maybe still will work. I'm just thinking if that triple bottom is still legitimately a possibility. I don't like that the timing we've run over. It's kind of expiring, like it should have already dropped down to touch already. And when I say like expiring, it should have. We had one here. Then we had one here. So we really should have had one on that wick right there in order to have like synchronicity in the timing. So now if we come down for a third test, it's kind of like a wonky shape. It's kind of like a later test, which can still work. It's just not as good. So it's a little bit of a later touch coming down, which to me kind of says we lose the probability of the triple bottom and gain the probability of a break and a leg down. So that's why I'm not so keen on having it drop now. Whereas back on this candle, that candle I kind of wanted it to go down there. But now it's that triple bottom is what I'm calling it's kind of expiring because of the way it's getting there. That's how you got into trading, stuck in an airport in Phoenix and stopped by customs to buy 2 of their biggest bills. And then it all started from there. The currencies. That's pretty interesting. I remember being like really young, kid. I remember crossing the border from Canada over, just land crossing, like if they were to Buffalo or something, from the Toronto, like the Toronto area or the Niagara Falls, Canada, over to the US side. But we would cross there when I was younger. And I remember my parents would always talk about like having to exchange their currency. And I remember thinking, whoa, I saw the potential and the profitability of like timing the way you exchange the money. I remember being really young, seeing that, and then thinking, oh man, I feel like I could make money if I just held my currency for a little bit. I remember being like, I don't know, maybe 10 or something, and thinking, oh, I could maybe make money doing that. It's funny, I didn't get into currency trading until a lot later, but I vividly remember that story, that those times crossing the border and thinking I could make money with the exchange rate between the CAD and the US dollar. Just a little memory of mine. But David's got his memory of the being in Phoenix. Do you remember what you were buying at that airport? And here comes that leg down. I'm not so keen on it, buying it, so I'm going to be slower to do it. I still kind of got to buy it, but just doing it a little bit more slowly. One. I gotta clear this chart all the way off. There's too much stuff going on here. Let's just have a step back for a second. Yeah. See how the triple bottom, the timing of it's not as good over here. But we'll see. It's still could pop up off this trend here. None of these lines are perfect. But it is starting to creep through and press through that trend. Oh, I only got one trade on, and it looks like we're about to take the profit. Yep, got profit on that. Should have gone in 100 trades. Should have gone in 500 trades there. Should have gone in 2,000 trades there. Should have bet the farm. The South Korean won. Ah, wow, that's pretty cool. The South Korean won. Interesting that they would have had those bills there in Phoenix at the exchange. But pretty cool. Darn, man. Too bad I didn't get into more on that one. I was trying to be patient to let it like run a little bit further down, but my patience surprisingly did not win there. Out of all things, my patience didn't work out for the better in that one little spot. But we're getting a pretty good wick on the bottom. So let's have a look at that 5-minute bar now. And we've got a pretty good wick on there. We've got a break of those lows and then a close back up. So that's a really good sign for an up leg. It's kind of like a manipulation liquidity sweep. So we'll see. Let's see if we get an up leg now. It's actually, I would say it's a little more probable for the up leg now than it is for it to continue going down. So I think it just switched into the buy favor. Still have them. 2 bills, 10,000 won bills. Interesting. How much US dollar is that? Or was it? All right. If this pushes down again, we'll still get into those trades. I'm going to fade in a little bit earlier because we got that wick on the bottom of the 5-minute chart. So I'm going to start trying to build into that layer of 10 in here. Two. Nope, we got those right away. Only got into 2 though. Haven't looked in a couple years, maybe 20 bucks or so. Okay, let's see if this pops down again. Got one trade on. It's not a good spot though. It's not a good spot at all. Start to see if that trend line is, if the price is actually holding on that trend line with that wick through it. Okay, we're closing right up on that wick. It's a pretty good sign for an up leg again. Okay, popping back down. I will get ready to add my layer of 10 in, or 9 now because I spent one of them. Oh, actually, I got 10. I got room for 10 still, because I've got 10 on the chart right now. 2 layers at 5, or 1 layer is a bit heavier than the top layer, which is better. Anyway, still positioned pretty well. So let's see what happens. Try another trade right here. That starts to get the targets in a good spot, just below those bodies. Gonna do a second one, third. as that pushes down. Four. Five. Six. Still at 6 trades. I'm waiting for it to push down some more to get into the next 4. Seven. Oh, I missed that little push. Eight. Okay, starting to move into those profit targets. Grabbing a few profits. I'm going to take one off the top. And we're just slowly getting out of that one just in case it doesn't want to go back up there. Just going to slowly mitigate that layer and get it off. It might shoot up there, but I want to prepare for it not to go up there. So now we have 12 trades on, which means we can get into another 8 if it pops back down to these lows. I like being able to spread these trades out with a higher volume of trades because I can find the pivot points on the chart a little bit nicer, a little bit better. Like so far we're doing pretty good finding the pivots in this consolidation. We should get an expansion anytime now. Grabbed a few more profits. Now on the 1 minute chart, maybe seeing a little double bottom coming in. And it is the time of day for an expansion where Dave would probably find a good entry. I think that's your time, right? We're getting into your time zone or your the time frame of your entry. Or are we starting to get late on your side? Another target. Okay, so gotta be cognizant of this trend that has been really persistent all session long, right through here, and we're bouncing on it right now. So the question is, do we push through it and have our leg higher? I'm gonna take one of these take profits off right here. Actually, I'm gonna do the two bottom ones. If it does push through, I think we'll see the expansion leg that I'm kind of expecting, because I mean, it can only contract or consolidate before too long before it needs to expand. So that the leg's coming one way or the other. Don't know if it will be up or down, but at the moment we're kind of anchored pretty good for an up leg. Looking at a retest on the yen, hoping to get an entry soon. I haven't looked over at the yen in a little bit. It's got to be, let's have a look at it. Oh, it's consolidated quite a bit. So yeah, it should have an expansion as well. Should get a leg soon. Kind of got that little support point or resistance point. Kind of got this consolidation over this pretty good period of time. Should break out of there. How big's that range? Got about almost 30 pips there. 27, 28 pips. looks like we're bouncing down off that trend again. That's partly why I want to keep on mitigating the risk, because I'm still not finding that up leg that I'm trying to get, but I'm also staying in a pretty good position to not losing too much as it keeps going down. Keep taking the losses on those top trades. It's turning into a long session again. I would like to take the next opportunity to close out if possible. I mean, I guess I can close out at any point, but I'd rather finish an iteration. Just add a little bit back into this position. It's not a good spot yet. There, it's a better spot. I'll get back into 10 again. Down here. And then if we can get into 10, grab some profits, we'll get out of those top two completely and just be done with those. Unless it just rallies pretty hard. This market can go any way. It might break to the downside. And that's going to turn this into a long session again. I hope it doesn't do that. But it is really creating pressure to come back down. And now it's kind of also like we're getting a third attempt here. So I'm going to add 2, 3, 4. Got into 4 out of 10 trades. Still got another 6. Okay, as it pushes down, I'm going to enter into those 6 more trades. Grabbing a few profits. Okay, are we now seeing a triple bottom here? I'm going to take that one more of those trades off the top. Okay, we're getting a really strong bull candle coming back in, right off of a third bottom too. This is now turning into a good chance that we'll see a bull leg come in off of these three bottoms. Really strong close to the upside. And a good 3-bar reversal here. I want to get rid of this last trade, so I'm going to get rid of it now. That's good timing. So that trade's gone. If it pops back down, now we don't have that layer on there at all. And then we're good to just wobble back again. So that puts us in a good position. If it goes up, even better. Just grabbing a couple targets there. Oh wait, did we get them? No, not quite. Oh, we got one. There's 2 more to go up there. Okay, there we go. We got those targets out. I'm going to just get rid of all these. Oh, we can leave the lines on there for a sec. I'm going to just put these 2 trades to break even. Or a little bit better than break even. So there we go. We got those locked in. Those are secure. They're not going to lose. And if this thing wants to run up, then we can grab a little extra profit on those. If it goes down and hits them, we're just done. Nice. All right. That's pretty good performance for this morning. Last night's trade was a pain in the bum. Don't like that, but so far that is 2 wins and 1 loss for the overnight setup. So we'll see what happens tonight. Definitely still, I think there's still going to be good potential for that overnight setup to work really well. So we'll see, we'll place it tonight and the following night, and then review on Friday and see how that goes. But that's it for my, I'm not adding any more risk during our live trading session now. So I'm just going to let this thing play itself out. My rules when I do that are to trail up behind the 5-minute bars or the 15-minute bars and just keep securing the profit. So this last tiny little position will win something. I think we'll probably just call it, unless David's got anything else. Are you finding your entry now, David, into one of your positions? Imagine we getting some triggers with this little move. Yep, that's following the rules. No entry for you. Yeah, man, that's gonna be good for this session. All right, cool. We'll just probably call it here then. Call that a good session. We're up about $12, $13. Start taking a dent out of that 2% loss from last night. But I think if anything, the overnight setups are going to be what start to accumulate some more value. So, like, what happens because we've got a shift in the market now. We've got all this new volatility. We'll probably find good setups over the day and tonight. So I'm thinking that tonight there'll probably be a good entry for that setup, and then maybe Thursday night too. So we'll get 2 more attempts at those overnight setups and then review it on Friday and see how that goes. But yeah, that's going to be it. Good little session. I'm happy with my performance. I did follow my rules really well and end up with a bit of profit.